Good evening, guys. Am I audible to you? Am I audible to you? You can use your mic or please say something in the comment section. Okay, thank you. And I request you to turn on the cameras as I always say. Please try to turn on the cameras if possible. Okay. So, how are you doing? You can use your mic if you want to speak, or please type something in the comment section if you want to say something. Okay, please be interactive. I'm not going to take much of your time. How's everybody doing? Okay. I hope it is good. Uh, First and foremost, how many of you have attempted prelims this year? Have you attempted prelims this year? Just type S. No. Anusha, it's good to see some of the familiar faces back from Bangalore. S. Okay, it seems most of you have attempted. Okay. So, based on your experience, how did you feel the paper, the 2025 prelims paper? Of course, now that we are done with the mains as well, there is no point in talking about the prelims. I know that, but since most of you have given prelims, which I'm assuming, what do you think is the paper? How do you think is what is the difficulty of the paper? Did you find it moderate? Did you find it slightly difficult or very difficult or easy at all? You can use the mic. Difficult for the first attempt. Okay. So most of you are first attempters, no doubt about it. So how many months of preparation have you given to the prelims exclusively for prelims? Like 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. In fact, did you even find time for prelims preparation, especially when you were going through your foundation classes? Okay. See, now that I have familiarity with the students from Bangalore branch, I was aware of the fact that how many of have cleared the prelims this year from the Bangalore branch. 4 to 5 months exclusively. Okay, that's good. 4 to 5 months is good enough. 4.5 months. Okay, provided you're a repeated attempter. If you're a first attempter, especially if you're giving your prelims right after your foundation, there are less chances of clearing the exam. Irrespective of your hard work, I'm not making a commentary on your hard work. No doubt about it. Since I have got the privilege to interact with most of the students, most of you are hardworking. I used to get the answers. I used to write the answers diligently and get it checked from time to time, day in day out. And I used to see how students used to sit till 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock on the in the branch, Bangalore branch, Bangalore center, even on Saturdays and Sundays. So sometimes you may wonder that how the hard work that you have given in the last 1.5 year could not be reflected in any tangible outcome in terms of the result. So when I say outcome, I'm just talking about the result, not what you have acquired, how much of knowledge that you have acquired. Okay. So my question is, have you ever tried to self introspect, like what went wrong? I need answer to this. I need your opinion on this. Like, what difficulty did you face in the prelims preparation, or why did you believe that you couldn't clear prelims? You can use your mic, say anything, or type the answer. Why do you think you couldn't clear the prelims despite the hard work that you have done? I'm sure you have the answer. Not prepared in the right way. Okay, not prepared in the right way. Okay. Is it because of the lack of sources, resources? You've got the faculty. Yes, Teja. 30 to 35 marks. Okay, okay, okay. That's a very good spirit of very good spirit. What do you think is where did you go wrong in your opinion? Okay, 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 okay. That's interesting. And not very thorough and confident, and too much of to take in it. Needed to focus on important topics. So, but who tells you what is important and what is not important? Because nobody can tell you what is important and what is not important. Anything under the sun can be asked in prelims. In that case, see, okay. Everybody has their own, personal opinions on what went wrong with their prelims result. Okay. See, generally, based on my interaction, having been in the industry for these many years, based on my personal experiences with the students, engagement with the students, I could tell you, Siddhapa, you wanted to say something? Okay. No. Feeling underconfident and unable to manage time. Time management is very, very important. And the new devil in the town, which is CSAT, isn't it? People are going gaga over CSAT. Most of them are doing good in the GS paper, but they're failing in the CSAT paper. Okay, which is very equally has become difficult nowadays. Okay, so the thing is, if you ask me, based on my experience with the students and my engagement with the students, there are multiple reasons. Especially most of the students, after during their foundation stage, they used to come to me and ask me whether they should be giving prelims attempt this year or not. Most of you have completed your prelims, sorry, your foundation classes in 2025 itself. Probably it went till towards the fag end, like February, March, April. Okay. So the biggest burden is your classroom burden. It's wrong to call it burden, but from the point of your preparation, you didn't have enough time. See, during the foundation stage, let's say you have two GS classes, each one of 2 hours. 4 hours of class went towards GS itself. And if you are into optional, 2 more hours, right? So per day, you are spending 6 hours only in the classroom. Okay. And once you're back home, you have to spend at least 2 hours to revise what has been taught in the classroom. Two GS subjects and one optional. At least 2 hours. I'm sure more than 2 hours is required, but I'm saying at least 2 hours or 3 hours. So, which means 8 to 9 hours is spent per day only on reading a topic or understanding the topic for the first time. And this cycle goes on for about 10 months, 9 to 10 months. If your batch has been started in June 2024, it went on till, let's say, somewhere around March or April. So where do you find time to exclusively prepare for prelims with just one reading of all the subjects, isn't it? So this is the biggest reason. That is why most of the students who have just completed their foundation find it difficult to clear the paper, clear the prelims, irrespective of your hard work. I'm not trying to, judge you based on your hard work. I'm sure most of you have given hard work, and I personally witnessed what kind of hard work has been put into by the Bangalore students, because I've personally witnessed it. And second thing, when in the first reading during the foundation stage, again, this is based on my personal observation from the Bangalore branch, especially the Bangalore branch students. Most of you have been very diligent, pretty diligent with respect to answer writing. You used to write the answers right after for each and every subject. You get them evaluated from the respective faculty, subject specific faculty, right? But less emphasis has been given on prelims. That's what I figured out. In fact, there is a priority. Right after one topic is done, the first thing that you're supposed to do is to go through the prelims MCQs. And once you're done with this, you are going to get great conceptual understanding. And after that, you are going to have analytical understanding, which is tested through mains answer writing. But unfortunately, MCQs were not solved, and major emphasis was given on answer writing. So it is like putting the cart behind the before the horse, isn't it? So this order of sequence was slightly misjudged by the students during their foundation stage. That is one thing. And no matter what, even the QAP classes that were given to you in the Rouse IS Institute, they could not be taken advantage because most of the students had certain conceptual understanding problems in their foundation classes itself. There are certain subjects where people had lot of doubts, and but the QAP classes are more rigorously designed in such a way that they are mostly suitable for those students who have already covered the foundation without having any conceptual difficulties. They could take advantage of the QAP classes. Most of the students who personally texted me that how they were not able to understand what is being taught in the QAP class, and it has nothing to do with the QAP faculty. The design of the class is such a way that it is mostly to do with the prelims examination. Probably that is one of the reasons. And no matter what, see, right now you're in the month of September. Prelims was completed in the month of end of May. Okay. Now June, July, August, September. Okay. Most of the how many of the students have been on track of the preparation in the last 4 months? 4 months, 4 significant months have been lost by most of the students because this is the common trend that I generally experience, that I generally witness among the students. What happens is that since they don't clear the prelims, they don't have any urgencies to start mains preparation. The prelims result is declared by mid June, isn't it? By mid June, the prelims is declared. Not consistent enough, of course, because you didn't taste the blood of the success, right? And you don't have the incentive to come back and start the preparation because it has been almost 9 to 10 months and 12 months of preparation, day in day out classes and revision and prelims preparation. And right after the prelims preparation, you have this a little bit of lethargy is developed, and there is no sense of urgency among the students to start the mains preparation right after it. And for some students, when I say some, most of them, for most of the students, it takes at least 2 to 3 months to get back on preparation. 2 to 3 months. You don't even understand the significance of 2 to 3 months. You will understand it once you start prelims preparation from the Jan or February. You'll understand this significance right after your prelims. If you have cleared the prelims and you're about to write mains and you have only 90 to 100 days, there you will understand the amount of 2 to 3 months that have been bygone in the last 1 year without doing anything significantly. Okay. But anyways, it's never too late. The thing is, the common mistakes that are generally committed by the students right after their prelims, and when they, especially when they don't clear prelims, is that they do not start the mains preparation, and they realize it after 1 or 2 months that they have to get back onto the preparation. So they generally start with a test series. This is the common trend among the students right after they're done with the foundation, because test series is going to hook you to the preparation, because there is a timetable. There is a test at each and every weekend, or at least once in 10 days. So under the assumption that this is going to bring us back into the preparation, everybody will start subscribing to the test series that are floating in the market. But let me tell you again this, most of the students fail to write these tests, be it optional or gs, be it optional or gs. There is another factor added into it. People try to, after prelims, they try to prepare for other state service exams or other exams, and they hardly give any time for the mains preparation after prelims, right? And what is the problem with the test series? There's nothing wrong with the test series. Of course, it is good to have a test series so that you will have a timetable. that in the next 1 month, these are the time kind of subjects that I'm supposed to complete and write the test. But the question is, in the test series, they're only going to test your knowledge, but they don't tell you how to prepare and what to prepare. There is a reason why most of the people fail to complete the test series. Again, it has nothing to do with the spirit of the preparation. Most of them are very good and up to date with their they're very hardworking in that aspect, but still they don't go and attempt the test. They develops an inertia, because you always believe that you're underprepared for a test, because nobody tells you what to prepare. There is a test for history next week, but you don't know where to prepare it from. What are the books are you are supposed to read? Are you supposed to read all the books that you have prepared in the foundation stage, or is just the class notes enough? Looking at the previous year questions, you believe that you are not able to answer most of the questions. The same thing applies to each and every subject, be it IR, economy, polity, geography. So this is the problem. And right after the test series, you still go to the test. You still try to make something on the paper. And once you receive the remarks, once you receive the feedback, you believe that there is something wrong with my preparation. I think I'm not well prepared to write the next test. So then the lethargy is going to get over, and it will impact your preparation very dearly, right? And you will reach December, month of December. This is the common pattern. By the end of December 31st of 2025, you fail to complete the test series, and from January, again, the orientation of the preparation is going to be diverted towards prelims, especially when you have to prepare for both CSAT and also GS. For most of the students who are not from the mathematical background, who are not from science backgrounds, who have certain difficulty in solving quantitative quant problems and reasoning problems, they would want to start from the January 1st itself. See, let me tell you very bluntly, your fate has been decided by December 31st. No matter what you do from the January 1st is not going to determine your selection. At the most, it is only going to give you a chance to write the mains by clearing the prelims. You can clear the prelims, but by the time you reach June after prelims, you're standing more or less at the same place where you used to in the last June. And for mains, you are hardly left with 90 to 100 days, and there is nothing much that can be done. For the first time, you're going to get the answer writing experience on the exam table. And once mains is done, you know that you're not going to clear the mains, and you will have to wait for one more year. That means from 26 September to you have to wait for 27 September to write mains again. Forget about clearing it. This is the mistake. This mistake is going to cost you one more year, right? So the most important aspect is right now we are in the month of September. How well you are going to utilize these 4 months effectively: September, October, November, and December. These 4 months. These 4 months are supposed to be dedicatedly given to the mains, and you can come back to the prelims preparation from the month of January. If you believe that you have decent understanding of your basics, if somebody has serious basic issues, conceptual understanding in economy, polity, or geography, then for them the method is slightly different, which I'm going to discuss later on. But assuming that you have already completed the foundation, you have the enough notes, you have already given one reading, and you have decent basic conceptual understanding, and you have already given certain amount of time for exclusive prelims preparation, now you're very well in a very good position to start your mains preparation, provided you make use of these 120 days. You're left with only 120 days. Okay. Now the question is what to do in the 120 days and how to do. Okay. See, now that I'm talking about the mains, do you know what is the general cutoff for main selection to get selected, to get a call for an interview? Do you know what is the general cutoff? Take a guess. What was the cutoff last year? 729. 729. Okay. Let's see. How do you target mains? Four GS papers. I'm talking about GS paper 1, paper 2, 3, and 4. For four GS papers, if you're targeting 400, which is around 100 marks per paper, and for optional, your target is, let's say, 250, and for essay, let's say, your target is around 120, given the kind of essays that have been asked these days in the last 3 to 4 years. Let's assume that if it's just 120, how much is it? 650, 770, 770, way above the last year cutoff, 40 marks above the last year cutoff, general cutoff. This is the target. These are not unreasonable targets. At least for sake of optional and essay, these are not unreasonable targets. Coming back to the GS papers, 400, which means on an average, you need to get 100 marks. 100 marks per paper. And there are 20 questions. 10 marker questions and 10 15 marker questions. If you want to achieve 100 marks, what is the percentage of marks that you are going to get or you are going to target per question? It is just 40%. That means if you get just 4 marks per 10 marks question and 6 marks for 15 marker question, you can achieve this target of 100 marks. 100 out of 250, which is around 40% in mains, right? This is the challenge. It looks pretty easy when I say it, but this is a challenge. To get 4 marks for a 10 marker question, that is the challenge. So your preparation should concentrate, should focus, or should target that getting 4 marks for a 10 marker question, getting 6 marks for a 15 marker question. That should be your target of mains preparation. And you hardly have 8 minutes, less than 8 minutes, less than 8 minutes for a 10 marker question, less than 10 minutes for a 15 marker question. So less than 8 minutes, in 7.5 minutes, 7 minutes 40 seconds or something, in 7.5 minutes or 8 minutes, how well you are going to do justice to the question for a 10 marker question to get that 4 marks. This, that is the main core of the mains preparation. Okay. So I'm going to get into the answer writing portion later on, how to get at least 4 marks in a 10 marker question. But answer writing comes only after you're prepared well enough. Okay. So let me show you the syllabus. Let me tell you, this is GS paper 3 syllabus. Okay. The idea is that questions are well distributed across the syllabus points. There are no favorite areas or there are no less favorite areas for UPSC. If you go to the previous year questions, even this year questions, question paper, mains question paper, you get to know that the questions have been well distributed among all these papers. The reason why I have taken GS paper 3 is it is a combination of multiple subjects: economy, environment, disaster management, science and technology, internal security. 5 subjects, and questions have been asked on each and every subject. Of course, respective weightage is there. For economy, there are 8 questions generally, 4 10 marker questions and 4 15 marker questions, which has been the trend almost all the years. And you have environment questions, science and technology questions, disaster management, internal security. Okay. So, how to make sure that you write 4 marker answer in 8 minutes? For that, you need to have a concise notes which is ready with you, and you might have already revised at least 2 to 3 times before you attempt the paper. 2 to 3 revisions before you give your mains. And that concise notes preparation should start from this day, September. In the next 4 months, your job is to dissect each and every line of the syllabus. Dissect each and every line of the syllabus into multiple topics and subtopics. For each and topic, for each every subtopic, there should be multiple dimensions, 360 degrees dimension of a particular subtopic. and you need to have at least 4 points and a good introduction and good conclusion and stats, committee reports. Provided if there is a scope, you can add certain diagrams as well. If you have already prepared your notes in such a way, half of your job is done. The preparation is done. 60 to 70% of the preparation is done. The rest of the preparation is to revise it and answer the previous year questions and give the tests. Until and unless you don't do this exercise, the test series becomes irrelevant. The problem is people are so obsessed with the test series and they purchase the test series in the market and they want to write the test without having any detailed breakdown of the syllabus. This is very unscientific and it is not going to have any tangible results in the preparation. For example, let me tell you, let's say cropping pattern is a syllabus line. You have to divide this syllabus line into multiple topics and subtopics. Like, what is a cropping pattern? You need to have a ready-made definition so that you can start your answer. A good introduction will carry at least 1 mark. That means before you start answering the core demand of the question, you have already acquired 1 mark. And what are the factors that determine the cropping pattern? And what are the changes that we have seen in the cropping pattern? And what are the consequences of such changes? And what should be the way forward? Cropping pattern is done. This is how you're supposed to divide each and every subtopic into multiple dimensions. Make sure that you have 4 or 5 points for each and every dimension so that you can be ready for any question. See, the good thing about mains preparation is, unlike prelims preparation, there is a fixed syllabus. There is a framework. The questions are going to be asked along the syllabus line. The more aligned your preparation to the syllabus, the better your answer writing capability is going to be. So whenever I ask students how are they preparing for mains, they talk about the sources. I have read this subject, this book, some XYZ book. Have you gone through the syllabus? Your job is to complete the syllabus, not the books. I don't care which source you pick from. I'm fine as long as you have dimension for each and every line of the syllabus. A well prepared notes. The whole cropping pattern topic can be completed in just 2 pages of notes. That is important. The test series is not going to give you that kind of support. Test series helps you only in testing what you have already prepared from, but it is not going to help you at the preparation stage. And by the time you realize this, you are going to waste the 4 months and then you get back to the prelims preparation and back to square one by the month of June. This is the problem. This is the problem. Most of the hardworking students fail to clear prelims or clear mains. So your job is to do that. In the month of September, you have 4 months and you have 4 GS papers. Even if you give 1 month for each paper, your GS is completed. Let us assume, I'm assuming that you are giving 8 to 9 hours per day, which is supposedly given by an aspirant if you want to clear this exam. 8 to 9 hours. Let's say you are giving 5 hours for GS and 3 hours for optional, because you keep on reading the same optional, so there's nothing wrong in giving only 3 or 4 hours of per optional, and you can give extra 1 hour for GS, isn't it? 5 hours, one subject, one paper for a month. Underline each and every line of the syllabus, get into each and every topic and subtopic, make good content, and then answer the PYQs. This is exactly being done in Anantam mentorship program. Most of the students who approached us, actually, see, let me tell you very honestly on a personal level, since I personally know most of you, when we wanted to start something for sake of students, we genuinely identified this problem based on our personal experience and our interaction with most of the students. We identified this problem that most of the students do not have a proper notes. Most of the students don't solve PYQs. Most of the students they don't have proper conceptual understanding when they prepare their notes. Most of the students generally try to download the notes prepared by some topper. That is not going to give you any benefit to your preparation until and unless you are going to brainstorm and prepare your own concise notes. This is the first and foremost important aspect of mentorship. Getting done the notes preparation so concise, so that you can repeat it, you can revise at least thrice. You don't have to go to multiple sources. Once your notes is done, you don't have to go through your preparation, go through any textbook beyond that. All that you need to do is add current affairs to the respective topic. Let me tell you, let me show you some notes copies. This is how the notes is supposed to be, not more than that. For example, I'm not sure if it is clearly visible to you. Let's say this is the topic of growth and development. Notes prepared by one of our students. Let's say potential output is the topic. A question has been previously question has been already asked on this topic, and the entire topic notes for this entire topic has been completed in half page. What is potential output? What are the factors that are hindering potential output India from achieving its potential output? And what should be the way forward? There are only three dimensions to this topic. This is a topic under growth and development, economic growth. There has been a question on V-shaped economic growth. So the student has prepared different types of growths and its characteristics features. Half of the syllabus is done with the growth and development with this. Let's say this is a topic on LPG. So we have a syllabus on LPG, impact of liberalization, privatization and globalization on Indian economy. Look at the concise way in which the candidate has prepared the notes. When he started his preparation, he was completely clueless. Trust me. Now he is in a better position to write the answers. Liberalization, privatization, globalization. He divided it into three components and respective policies and its impact on agriculture, impact on industrial sector and impact on service sector. 50% of the topic is done. I'll show you better version of it. There is a reason why I'm picking this specific notes. This notes sheet made by one student, and she was completely clueless in the month of July when she approached us. She was clueless. She has taken her foundation, she flunked her prelims, and she has never gone through mains preparation before. That is where the mentorship starts. We have dissected each and every line of the syllabus, each and every line, topic, subtopic, dimension, and I've told her what points are supposed to be written in the notes. And she has prepared the notes, and the entire irrigation topic has been completed in just 5 pages. See, this is the basic data, and this is about the challenges, irrigation challenges, and this is a topic on micro irrigation and groundwater situation and groundwater crisis. Okay, the entire irrigation topic has been completed in just 5 pages. This is how concise the note should be. And if there is any new scheme that is going to be introduced by the government, you are going to add that to your notes, isn't it? Now, these are the 5 pages, right? Let me show you the kind of questions that have been asked in the last 10 years. Show me one question which cannot be answered from these notes. One question. By the way, there was a question in this year 2025 on groundwater crisis. Even that question was also covered here. See, micro irrigation. How micro irrigation is going to solve the India's water crisis. The topic has been covered in the notes. Suggest measures to improve water storage and irrigation system to make judicious use under depleting scenario. This topic has been covered. Elaborate the impact of national watershed project. And what is water use efficiency? Describe the role of micro irrigation in increasing the water use efficiency. All these topics, including the recent question that was asked in GS paper 3 in 2025 mains. Just 5 pages. This is where the mentorship is going to help. When she was writing this answer, she had certain problems with respect to understanding certain irrigation topics, and we explained it. And immediately she came up with the answers. The same thing goes for PYQ analysis. Once your answer is done, once the notes is done, the immediate thing that you're supposed to do is solving the PYQs. That is the second step or the second most important aspect of our mentorship program. If you're not doing PYQs, you're not doing justice to your mains preparation. Trust me. Topic wise PYQs are supposed to be cleared, and this is how topic wise PYQs are answered. Generally, we encourage our students to not to write complete answer because there are multiple PYQs in each and every topic. At least brainstorm it. See, this is how you can write. Brainstorming it and a short hint based notes. Like this is the question. Try to write the hints, scribble so that you have answer to each and every previous year question. That's it. The idea is to make sure that whether you are able to answer, whether you have the content to write a PYQ or not. That's it. This is the introduction. This is the hint written in the introduction. This is the body. These are the points that he is going to write. For example, suggest measures to improve water storage and irrigation system to make its judicious use under depleting scenario. So, first of all, highlighting the water scarcity and then measures to improve and factors. And second question, what are the major factors responsible for making rice wheat system a success? In spite of this success, how has this system become bane in India? There are two dimensions to this question. First and foremost, factors for the success. The hints have been written, and how it has become bane. 4 points, 4 hints have been written, and way forward, and one intro. That's it. That is how you are going to brainstorm the PYQs. That's it. Even if you're not able to write the complete answer, that's fine. There are certain students who would want to write like this. The entire answer is written in the hint format in one page. This is a very important exercise. One intro, the hints in the hubs and spokes diagram, and the second dimension in the hubs and spokes diagram, and one conclusion. And committee reports, diagrams, wherever it is required, it is incorporated. These are just economy questions. If I show you the again another student who had faced lot of issues with ethics paper, based on her notes she could easily answer this question. Read the question. What does ethics seek to promote in human life? Why it is all the more important in the administration? For the second dimension, most of the students only write about why is it important for public servants. But look at her answer. Importance in public administration, and what will happen to the public administration with ethics, and what will happen to the public administration without ethics. This kind of clarity comes only with effective notes preparation and brainstorming, which is done with your respective mentors, subject specific faculty based mentor. These are unevaluated copies, unevaluated previous year questions. This is the evaluation thing, how evaluation is done. If at all in the answer there is need for evaluation, need for addition of more points, and this is how it has been done. Each and every PYQ is evaluated. That is how the students are supposed to complete the syllabus. GS paper 1, paper 2, paper 3, paper 4. Once all these papers are done, then we'll start test series. Then in the case of test series, your inertia has already been broken because you have answered multiple hundreds of PYQs already. So answering the test series is just like answering any other PYQ. There is no inertia anymore. You're going to start your answer writing test series. That is where the test series is going to fit in. Only once your notes is done, preparation is done, notes is done, PYQ is solved, then test series. Right? So during the test series time, you're going to revise your own notes and your own PYQ answers, and then give the test series. That's it. By December, you're going to complete almost all the tests. That is when you're ready for prelims preparation. From mid January to mid May, you have good 4 months to 4 to 5 months. Right after January, right after the prelims, you will have those 90 to 100 days. You are better positioned compared to the other students who have never opened anything from the point of view of mains. That is done, and we are doing it for almost 100 students now from the last 2 to 3 months. So what I believe is that it is never too late. It is never too late start your mains preparation. If you have already wasted or not completely utilized the past 4 months, please start doing it from now. September, October, November, December, you have 4 months. You can easily complete 4 GS papers. If not completely 4 GS papers, at least the big four subjects: economy, polity, geography, history. If these subjects are done, because the economy weighs around 100 marks in GS paper 3, ethics is a paper in itself 250 marks, and polity and governance, which would weigh around 120 to 130 marks in paper 2, that is going to decide your paper 2 score. And in the paper 1, history and geography, they weigh around two-thirds of the total paper. For other subjects like society, social justice, or disaster management, international relations, there is still a scope to be completed even if you have less amount of time. But start with these big four subjects, big 4 to 5 subjects, mainly economy, polity, geography and environment, and ethics. These 4 subjects are very, very important. At least for history, you can still prepare during the prelims, and that knowledge is going to be helpful for your answer writing. But it's not true for the other subjects. You need to have analytical understanding, right? So this is about what we are going to do in the overall mentorship program. And after your prelims, after January, what are we going to do? It's not that the preparation of the mentorship program is going to be ended on the end from by the end of December. No, from January we are going to follow the same process for prelims as well. For each and every topic, we are going to dissect each and every line of the syllabus topic into multiple subtopics, conceptual understanding, adding current affairs, and we are going to have uh, QIP classes, revision classes, and test series. And after that is done, after prelims is done, you are going to have mains test series and mains revision classes and mains mentorship again. So idea is to make sure that you are taken till the interview stage. Once you clear the prelims, the ultimate clearance, ultimate selection is only an eventuality. Once you clear mains, once you get the interview experience, it is only going to add much more enriched experience to your resume. And it's just a matter of time. If not in one attempt, in the next attempt, you are going to clear the exam. Understand? So this is broadly about the preparation, and this is what you're supposed to do, and this is what we offer at Anantam IS. Here we have subject specific faculty as mentors. It's not that we are hiring any part time mentors. All those raw size faculty who have taken the QAP classes are going to mentor you for each and every syllabus, for each and every subject like this, and they make you go through the syllabus, prepare it, make short and concise notes, and they're going to enrich the notes and solving the PYQs and discussing the PYQs and enriching the PYQs and test series. Right? I'm going to introduce the other faculty members from my team. Just give me a minute. So what is it? So here is Gautam.
Hi everyone, am I audible to you?
As you
So
know,
the website is also here.
yeah, the Abhishek sir is, I think, is made improvements. Huh? Yeah.
So why hi hello NC.
If you have any questions, if you want to talk to girls, me, sir, any question regarding the preparation, any question with respect to the mentoring program, or anything under the sun, feel free to express. Use
Sure.
your mic.
Not anything under the sun. It has to be relevant to UPSC. The other questions we can take out of this online session. Why have you people not switch on your cameras? Yeah.
Yeah. So you can use your mic if you want to.
If you want to ask any question related to any topics like ethics, polity, geography, we are all here. I'm giving my the mic to Weber sir.
Hello everyone. It seems like we are talking to vacant room, please turn on your cameras. It doesn't seem nice to just maybe act like we are recording a lecture. Rahul, Teja, it seems like I know you guys. A lot of them. Please turn on your cameras. Yeah. Aditi, SR, Sudeepa, Gaurav, Anjali, Anusha. So I hope Raja sir has explained what we are doing here at Anantam IS, and uh, it is a great opportunity to utilize the next 3 months well, so that I mean 3 to 4 months, to complete the entire GS 1, 2, 3, 4 in a way that makes you absolutely mains ready before you commence the prelims preparation. So, if you have any doubt, we will be more than happy to answer those questions.
And you people would be having our all of our numbers also, so obviously you can directly get in touch with all of us, and be feel free to ask any question. Abhishek sir is also here
There for ethics.
for ethics and essay. Yeah.
Even with respect to the sources.
Hello. Hi everyone. हाँ,
There.
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, you have explained how to clear these grades, but you have not explained how to clear the prelims, sir. Can you please continue with that as well?
So when we talk about prelims, first of all, we need to identify that which are the common subjects. Okay. So for example, when we talk about geography, so geography is one such topic which in prelims and mains the topics and the way to prepare remains common. So that is what we do here is that let's say we are preparing geography. So in general, what I do with the students is that I give them the task, daily tasks. For example, in one day you have to do the endogenic geomorphology. Okay. In the second day you have to go with exogenic geomorphology. So when you are doing endogenic geomorphology from class basic NCRTs or foundation notes, so it is not like that you are only preparing for mains, you are also preparing for prelims. What happens is that depending on your assessment, then we move towards that whether you are lacking in the prelims centric approach or mindset or mains one. If you are lacking in it, then first we prepare for prelims. That is also this part. And if we see that you are well to go with prelims, then we move towards the mains answer writing part. Prelims or mains answer writing, facts, everything is taken care of, so you don't worry about it. Okay, you just have to just there is a just a definite strategy you have to follow that, and we think that the probability increases for the thing which we are, all of us are here. Okay, for prelims or mains, right? For example, when we talk about ethics, so because ethics is not in prelims, right, Abhishek sir? Yes.
So, hi everyone. My name is Abhishek Sharma, and I'll be dealing with your GS paper 4 as well as your essay paper. So, mm, tell me about the demography. How are the students? Have you appeared in our mains examination till now or not?
Sir, they're
We are
students. They have just
okay.
completed their foundation.
So we are all fresh students, and we have just completed our foundation courses. Okay. So let me tell you a brief difference between how a foundation class is approached and how what is the difference between approaching the subject from the standpoint of foundation and comparing with the actual paper, right? So when you will see the paper of 2024 and 25, the problem that most of you would definitely face is, yes sir, I know the concept, I know it very well, I know the key distinction between key terms, but how to manage and write it in a framework of 10 marks, or let us say 20 marks, that is case study, and then in around 10 marks, 150 words and 2 pages. So this is the primary problem that the students face with respect to completion of paper. That after the end of foundation we know what are the key differences between various things and everything, but we are not able to write answers, right? So this seminar is with respect to upgrading your skills with respect to answer writing, right? This course will be entirely focused towards how to present that existing knowledge in the framework of a 10 or 20 marker question, right? So this is going to be our approach, and as you can already see, this question, this discussion has been taken with respect to your ethics paper as well, ethics paper only, because the question was Max Weber has said that while it is not wise to apply the same to public administration, the same sort of moral ethical norms we apply to the matters of personal conscience. Now, perhaps in your foundation you must have read about Max Weber. Perhaps the teachers would have covered what is different, what is bureaucratic morality, what is individual morality, right? So distinctions are quite clear, but when the examiner frames that particular distinction in a form of a 10 marker question, हमें प्रॉब्लम आती है विद रिस्पेक्ट टू आंसरिंग इट कि हाउ टू राइट, हाउ टू स्ट्रक्चर आवर थॉट्स एंड हाउ टू अप्लाई दैट नॉलेज इन ए पर्टिकुलर फ्रेमवर्क. सो आवर अप्रोच वुड बी कि भाई हम इस चीज का रिजोल्यूशन ढूंढें कि हम वी आर एबल टू write it in a proper 150 words 2 pages framework. So this would be all with respect to the GS paper 4. If you are having any doubt, you are free to ask. Guys, anyone having any doubt? ठीक है, I guess we are having a silent spring over here. I'll give the mic back to Raja sir.
Thanks for the compliments. I'm conveying it to the respective faculty. And most importantly, am I audible? I hope I'm audible. I hope I'm audible. Okay. Yes. Okay. So, with respect to the consistency comes with a process, task. So, when you have an external accountability, you tend to have consistency. For example, if I ask you to come back studying, done with the irrigation topic, and then I ask you to solve the questions, you may give me a certain amount of time that, sir, I need 2 days or 3 days for this topic, because I'm going to give the structure to you. All that you need to do is just fill the structure from your preparation, and that is going to be value enriching. And once you're done with the syllabus, once you're done with the notes, you're going to bring us back to them, and I'm going to go through the notes, and if I need to have add any more points to the notes, we'll enrich it. And the next topic is PYQs. Next task is PYQs. Once PYQs done, so when you have a task, that gives you consistency. Task based preparation is very very important for mains, and that gives you sustainability. Otherwise you have good 1 week or good 10 days, sometimes you have very bad 10 days. So you tend to prepare, and then for the next 10 days you believe that you don't have that energy to prepare. So always try to have that external accountability, try to have the task. You need to have a broad based task for each and every subject. That is one thing that gives consistency. And second thing, let me tell you one thing, that is one thing which I observed from the students. Once you get into the groove, you don't even think about the consistency. You're like in the rat in the wheel. You tend to what you call run on your own. All that you need to do is just to get into the groove and complete the task. Once you taste the blood, you'll keep on doing it forever till you clear the exam. That's what I meant. Anything else that you're supposed to you want to ask the other faculty? Language paper. Compulsory language paper is all about, see, if you're very good at mother tongue, if you can speak the language, read the language, that is more than enough to clear the paper. Let me tell you, the examiner will try everything not to fail you, especially in the language paper, until and unless you give him no chance. That is a fact. So let me tell you, if what is your mother tongue? Tell me, what's your language? Telugu. Then keep reading Telugu newspapers. That is one way you're up to date with the words. You keep reading them, you know how to write. If you can keep reading them, keep writing them, that's more than enough. Keep reading the newspaper. The mother tongue newspaper is very important to get a hook on the language. Okay. What about the current affairs magazines available as before, like Focus? The current affairs topics are being available on the platform, and magazines are also going to be available. If at all you are finding it difficult to keep yourself updated with the monthly magazines. There's nothing to worry if your static is very strong. Current affairs is just only a value addition over and above your static portion. So if at all, I'm saying if at all you're failing to keep updated with the current affairs magazines of the monthly magazines, you can do it during the prelims and main stage itself. Before the prelims you have current affairs editions for each and every subject, and also before mains you have current affairs editions to each and every subject, every topic. So as to answer your question precisely, yes, we have daily current affairs current affairs topics that are being uploaded on the Anantam website, and also we'll have magazines, monthly compilation magazines as well. It is going to be exactly the same way that used to be there in the raw science, with more rigorous approach and personal one-on-one mentorship. Anything else? Okay. Any more doubts? Can we come to know the mentorship procedure? Uh, Mentorship procedure. Okay. Do one thing. You have our numbers. We are going to provide you the numbers in the groups, the respective groups, or else I'm going to let's write down the numbers here. The numbers. These are the numbers which you can contact: 9642089126 and 94. So these are the numbers that you can contact if you want to have more information on mentorship program and what are we going to do. Is this test series? Yes, test series is included. Test series is included. That is the third portion, the third aspect of mentorship program, both for prelims and mains. See, I have given most of my lecture on mains, but we are going to do the same kind of exercise for prelims as well, but after December. Right now, the next 4 months are going to be mostly for mains. And again, by the way, there are certain students for whom they may have certain issues with respect to the conceptual clarity. They may not have good confidence over prelims topics. For them, the first week is going to be dedicated only for the prelims. Once the prelims concepts are cleared, then we get into the mains. Okay. Anything else? Okay. I hope I have answered all of your queries. In UPSC, mains questions are asked from current affairs mixed related to GS topics. So, is it enough to complete syllabus only? Let me tell you one thing. Go to do this exercise. Go to the 2025 GS papers, all the mains papers. Okay. Let's see how many current affairs, pure current affairs questions have been asked. See, I keep saying this. Current affairs is just a value addition over and above the static topic. Even for a dynamic subject like economy, 90% of the questions are static. Even for that one or two exclusive current affairs topic, 50% of the answer would remain static. That's where your notes making is going to help you. So even if it is a pure current affairs question, you should be ready with 50% static answer, and that is where your current affairs is going to add that extra to 20% of dimension, which will help you fetch at least 4 marks for a 10 marker question. So current affairs will be added provided your static is done. If your static is not strong, I don't suggest anybody to go run after current affairs alone. Your preparation should not be in silos. Current affairs should be integrated to the static topic. Any exclusive offers and assisted help for raw science students like UAP classes, etc. magazines? Yes, yes, definitely, definitely. Since we are most of us, all of us are from Rao's family, so definitely we'll have that bonhomie. So you'll have that preferential treatment, nothing to worry about. So there is a reason why we try to conduct this session is Somehow students from Bangalore are lagging behind when it comes to the trends in the preparation. Let me tell you, we have around 100 students who have come to know about it and they're benefiting from this program, and Bangalore students hardly came to know about it. And even that is often reflected in the result as well. Every time when Rouse declare its result, hardly 5% of the results are coming from Bangalore branch. It is nothing to do with their level of preparation. Trust me, I have seen the most dedicated hardworking students from Bangalore branch but not clearing prelims and mains. The best rank from Bangalore branch was only 168 in the last one decade, whereas then from Delhi branch we could get less than single digit ranks. We have got fourth rank, we have got ninth rank, 11th rank. It's not that the rankers in the first 10 are any better than the girl who secured 168. Sometimes due to lack of that proximity, lack of that interaction with the best of the trends often make you lag behind in terms of results. So I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So to answer that question, online and offline, both of them are there, both online and offline program. So any more questions? So I hope I answered your questions. If you still have any queries, please contact us. Feel free to contact us if you still have any queries. So that's it. We are going to meet with the mentorship program and your queries very soon. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you for being here once again. Thank you so much, guys. See you. Good night. Thank you.